Hello, howdy partners. Welcome or welcome back. Ooh, lighting bad. To my channel. My name is Alex and I want to start another weekly reading vlog. There's no rhyme or reason, no theme to this. It is Sunday, October 5th, and I'm just live, laugh, loving my reading life and my actual real life and my fake life in my head from reading. Let's start with what I'm currently reading. So I am still working on Iron and Embers by Helen Scher. I'm 84% done. So I do plan on finishing this. I've been listening to the audiobook on my work commute and I actually prefer the audiobook for this one than physically reading it. I don't know, it's just a good audiobook. It's dual POV, dual narrated, male, female, and it's just good. They're doing a great job. So kind of want to do a little bit of crocheting later, watching football. It's Sunday. Hell yeah, Sunday fun day, Sunday football. The witching hour. That's the name of my fantasy football team. My team is really bad this year, but it's fine. So I will probably finish this up today via audio. This is the first book in the spin-off series from the Legends of Besmar. This one is following Thea's sister Elren and Torsh, who is another war sword. And we have a bodyguard student at an alchemy school situation. Very enjoyable. I've seen mixed reviews on this one, but I'm really liking it. Feeling like a 4-star. So I also am hoping to finish Julie Chan is Dead. This is by Lian Zhang. This is I feel like it's very reminiscent of Bunny in the sense that we have this creepy girl cult, but they're all influencers, and our main character Julie has a twin sister who were both adopted by different people when their parents died in an accident when they were young, and her sister Chloe was adopted by a rich white family, had a lot more privilege than Julie did, has had a lot more success than Julie has. She is an influencer. She has a huge following, tons of sponsorships, making a ton of money, Julie walks into Chloe's apartment and finds her unalived on the floor and decides to just take her life. They're identical twins. She thinks no one's gonna know. But things are happening. I would say probably 70 to 75% done. Yeah, I only have about maybe 70, 80 pages left. So I think I'm gonna sit down and finish this. This is what I've been reading so far this morning. The pacing was really good at the beginning. It's gotten a little sloggy the last like 100 pages or so because of where the girls are and what they're doing. But I definitely see some like reveals coming, and I think some crazy shit is gonna happen in the last 80 pages that I'm really excited to find out about. That's good, great, wonderful, grand. And then if you watched my 10 Before the End video, which I will link on the screen somewhere, I included Tress of the Emerald Sea by Brandon Sanderson as one of my 10 books I wanted to read before the end. And this is my second one off that list. The last one that I read was A Sky Beyond the Storm by Saba Tahir, which finished out the Ember and the Ashes series. So I wanted to keep that momentum going. I picked up Tress of the Emerald Sea. Hey, Dan. Good shake. I actually got... You want to say hi? You want to say hello? Oh, okay. Feeling a little shy today, I suppose. I'm a little ghosty light in there. Okay, what was I babbling about? Tress of the Emerald Sea. I'm on chapter 10, so I'm only 50 pages exactly in, but I am really liking this. It is breaking the fourth wall. It has Cosmere references already. It is funny, which is good for Brandon Sanderson because sometimes his humor does not hit. I'm looking at you, Winds of Truth. But I also have, so I did really want to read this like physically with a book in my hands, but I was too blessed to be stressed to get the Libby copy on my Kindle, and I do have a color soft, and the Libby version has art. So I think I'm gonna forego reading this one with my physical copy book and read it on my Kindle because the artwork is really great. So this is a kind of not, I wouldn't say like yo-ho-ho pirate themed, but kind of like a sci-fi cozy fantasy take on a pirate story where our main character Tress lives on this rocky small island where people typically do not venture from. They don't leave because in this world there's 12 moons, and each of the 12 moons dispenses different colors and types of spores that create these huge seas of spores, which is very reminiscent to like the sphere sea in Stormlight Archive. And Tress, her island is in the middle of the Emerald Spore Sea. But her lover boy Charlie gets ransomed by his piece of shit dad King to the sorceress, who is trying to start a war with like Tress's kingdom, and nobody cares about rescuing Charlie. So Tress is like, I'm not gonna stand for this. So she is out on a quest to get her boy back, and you guys know I love a quest, and I'm really excited to be reading this. It's cozy, it's gonna be good. So that's the current TBR. I do have some book of the month books that I need to get to, but those won't be featured in this because I keep those in, sorry, that was annoying. My eyes are itchy. I keep those pretty segregated to the book of the month vlog, but I do also have a couple of library books that are due to be back on Tuesday that I may or may not get to in this vlog. And I also have a pretty good lineup of audiobooks. I left my phone in the, oh wait, no, I do have my phone right here. Okay, so I have What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher, which is the second one in the Storms and Soldiers series, I think. I have read the first one. I think it's What Comes at Night, if I'm remembering correctly. What Moves the Dead, What Feasts at Night, and then What Stalks the Deep is the third one. That's the newest one. So this is only 5 hours. I could easily crush that in a day. I do have Iron and Embers. We talked about that. And then I have the second one, which is Thorns and Fire, and I do believe book 3 is coming out pretty soon, so I do kind of want to get to this week if I can. I have been seeing Alana Andrews' Burn For Me, like that series, just have a resurgence on Bookstagram and BookTube, and I've seen mixed reviews, but I've had it on my TBR forever and the audiobook was available, so I said let me grab that. I also have Foundry Side by Robert Jackson Bennett, which is the first in a trilogy by him, and I absolutely ate The Tainted Cup and A Drop of Corruption, which is his newest trilogy that he's working on. It's fantastic. I'm obsessed with his writing. My friend Olivia just finished this trilogy and she had nothing but good things to say about it, so. And then the last two that I have Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby. I have read most of his catalog, but I am behind on this one and I think one more. And then I also have The 100 Years War on Palestine as an audiobook. I did try it. I did start it on my Kindle, but I just wasn't, it's very educational, very historical, very haunting really, because this war is still going on and I do want to get to that one. So we have some audiobooks, we have some physical books. This is gonna be a fun vlog. I'm gonna go, yes ma'am? What you doing, silly girl? Are you just being a silly little dog? A silly big little dog? My little short arms can't reach you. I would do anything for you though. Mwah. All right, we are gonna go sit our butts down, big yawn, and get back to some reading. Also, if I don't get a chair for this corner soon, I'm gonna lose it. Okay, bye. Hi, it's quite a few hours later, but whoops, I'm still recording something on my phone. It is quite a few hours later, but my sister-in-law's boyfriend came over. She's out of town, and I made Greek pasta for lunch as was pictured, except I realized when I was filming that I didn't have pasta in the water yet, so it was just the sauce. Neither here nor there. And then we all went into a carb coma, so just I've been kind of sitting on the couch trying to wake back up for the game tonight, which is Patriots, my team, and the Bills. It's gonna go past my bedtime, but I'm gonna give it a try because I've been doing really well with melatonin and getting to sleep at a normal time to, you know, get my 8 hours for my new job. But I did want to do some updates, and my big update is that I finished Julie Chan is Dead. I loved this. I feel like I need to stop saying that I don't like thrillers because I do, if they are well written and they're the right type thriller. Now this is more a slice of life than thriller, and it does have some like culty horror elements to it. I would say this book is a cross between Yellowface and the movie Midsummer and also a lot of Bunny vibes by Mona Awad. So if any of those things sound good to you, you will like this book. It read super fast. It's not even it's like a little over 300 pages, I think. Yeah, it's like 305 pages. Great. I'm giving this 4 stars. I really liked it. I did think that the ending kind of slogged a little bit, but other than that, I had no issues, and I really actually ended up liking the resolution. I thought I wasn't going to, based on what kind of instigated the culmination of all of the book's events, but I ended up liking it, and I thought it was pretty well done. So So this can go back to the library, which is great. And what else do we have? Oh gosh, I just stabbed it with a pen. I have also made a little bit more progress on Tress of the Emerald Sea, which I did decide to read on my Kindle, and I have no regrets there because the artwork slaps. So I am about 200 pages in, and this is an almost 500 page book. So we're nearing the 50%. I don't know if I'm gonna finish this today, even though like I prefer to finish books in 1 or 2 sittings, because I kind of want to pick up something horror. And I have been showing this book in so many of my vlogs. This is Skeleton Crew by Stephen King. This is a collection of short stories, and one of them is A Monkey, and I've heard the movie on Hulu is so good. So I would like to get to this, and this is like, yeah, this is over 500 pages, but at least you could like read a story and have the feeling that you finished something and then go back to something else. So I might take a break from Tress and read a couple of stories out of this. It is October, and I love horror in every way, shape, and form, and I really want to watch the movie. But Tress, I'm really enjoying this. Brandon Sanderson has humor like a 12-year-old, which I think does work in this book, but I see why it didn't work in Stormlight Archive, especially the last book. It is a little bit over the top, I think, like the way that our narrator continues to break the fourth wall and talk to us directly, but I feel like it's gonna make sense by the end because our narrator has a curse put on him, and we're going to the sorceress to find Charlie, who is the one that put the curse on Hoyt. So I am very excited to see where this goes. Tress has now become a full-fledged pirate. She's plugging spore holes, which is not a euphemism. I like how it's like Brandon Sanderson has the humor of a 12-year-old, and then I just fucking said that. But I'm really enjoying this. So I don't know what the rest of the evening, reading-wise, is gonna bring me, because I do also need to start my next book of the month book for that vlog. So we'll see. But I do have a feeling that I want to pick this up. I wonder what order the monkey story is in. This has a lot of stories. Holy cannoli. Okay, so the monkey is on page 159. So I could read up through the first 2 stories and then get to the monkey and read that and pause and go back to Tress / something else. So see where the wind takes us. I just want to read everything that I own all at once, and it's like, who has the time? Not me. And then it's like, make this post for Instagram, edit this video, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, I just want to sit and read for the rest of my life and be unbothered. So I'm gonna go do that for a little bit longer, and I'll check back in a bit. Hi. Whew. It is the next day. What day is it? It's Monday. Happy Monday. It was a Monday for me. I don't know about y'all, but I felt it, Mr. Krabs, today. I slept a solid 8 hours, and I was just like caffeine all day at work. But the day is almost over. It's almost time to sit on the couch finally and do some reading. But I wanted to do some reading update. I spent the last like 3 hours since I got home from work making dinner and cleaning and putting up laundry and stuff like that, which I could have filmed, but I was in an annoyed mood for some reason. So I just got it done. So let's talk about some reading updates. I finished 2 books today. I don't know if I updated yesterday that I started an audiobook, but I did finish an audiobook. What did I finish? I finished Iron and Embers. I feel like I did talk about that, but maybe I didn't finish anything else yesterday. So I finished Iron and Embers by Helen Scher yesterday, and hopefully I talked about it. I'll check. But I started S.A. Cosby Blacktop Wasteland on audio yesterday, and I only like listened to 1 chapter or so, but I ended up listening to the rest of it today driving and at work, and it was phenomenal. So Blacktop Wasteland by S.A. Cosby is following our main character Beauregard, who is a mechanic, and he has previously been kind of in his previous criminal activities has been the getaway driver. He loves cars, he loves to drive fast, and he has a family now that he doesn't really want to drag into his problems, but money is tight, and he finds an opportunity to be the getaway driver for a jewelry robbery, or a jewelry store robbery. And it all seems to go well and dandy until the person that they rob starts coming after them, and it follows Beauregard basically doing what it takes to take care of his family. And just another S.A. Cosby hit. I don't think there is any book of his that I'm gonna rate less than 4 stars. I've given most of his books 5 stars. I think I might have given King of Ashes 4 stars, but no, it might have been 5 stars. I gave Blacktop Wasteland 4 stars. I feel like it's more like a 4.5, but it wasn't as good to me as some of his other ones are. I still think Razorblade Tears is my favorite, but I think I have one or two more books of his to be caught up completely on his catalog, his backlog. So I am very excited about that. So I finished that, and then I also ended up listening in its entirety today, because it's only a 5-hour audiobook and I listen at 3x. So I listened to What Feasts at Night by T. Kingfisher, which is the second book in the Sworn Soldier series, and the third one has just come out, which I can't remember the name again, but I have that one on my holds. And I think I listened to What Moves the Dead, which is book 1, like 3 years ago. So I mean, most of it came back to me. It follows our main character Alex Easton, who is a sworn soldier of Galatia, which is like a fictitious country but involved in real life things that have happened. And also our character has been to Paris and England and Hungary and places that actually exist. So it's a little bit of like magical realism, I would say, mixed with some fantasy elements. But in this installment, Alex is going to his dad's hunting cabin to take a little bit of a sabbatical, and there is a witch that comes around in this one and is basically unaliving people in their dreams by sucking the life out of them. So it was a really, really fun listen. I gave 3 stars on Goodreads. This is why I don't like rating things, because like I don't want to rate things anymore. I really don't, but I need to think about how I'm going to do it, because I am recommending you this book. I think the series is really fun. There are no T. Kingfisher books that I have given less than 3 stars, but like, just because it's a 3-star versus a 4-star versus a 5-star, what does it mean to you, you know? Do I recommend it? Yes. Great. That should be the end of it. So that's the end of it. I recommend this series, and I am excited to finish it up. So that's that update. Trust of the Emerald Sea. I haven't made it too much further into this because I have been listening to other things and reading other things, but I'm 42% in. I don't know if I'm going to read any more of this tonight because I have an arc that comes out tomorrow that I'm desperately trying to finish, and I do blame Allie for this. If you're watching, this was all your fault. So Atlas of Unknowable Things by McCormick Templeman is following our main character Robin. So this comes out tomorrow, October 7th, and this PR that they did for this was really good. They had a website set up where you had to go in and solve puzzles, and if you were the first, I think, 100 people to solve all the puzzles, you got a free book tote mailed to you, and I think I was one of them. So in 4 to 6 weeks we'll do an unboxing and see if that was legit. But I did request the art on NetGalley because I just thought that advertising was so fun. Following our main character Robin, who is an academic, and her specialty is witchcraft and cult life in the early periods of time. We're talking of Joan of Arc because that is brought up quite a bit, that her theory is Joan of Arc was part of a witch coven, which I think is pretty fun. So this is so far mixing like historical elements with the occult, and her thesis was stolen by her best friend Charles, and she's basically on this mission to try to uncover a relic, but it's like a plant because it's an ingredient to like the Holy Grail. I don't know. I haven't completely grasped what's going on because the intro was very jarring. We just like jump right into it, talking about her going off to this college in the Rockies in Colorado, which I do think is fun because, as most of you guys know, I just came from Colorado earlier this year. So I'm only 20% in. She's at the college. She's meeting her new colleagues, and she's trying to worm her way into finding this item that she's looking for that may or may not exist. And I don't really know much more than that, but it is reading very quickly. So am I going to read 80% more of a book tonight and finish it? I don't know. But I would like to post my review before like the day that it comes out. Okay, the last reading update that I have is I didn't indeed start Skeleton Crew by Stephen King, but I haven't even made it through the first story yet because it's dismally boring. And come on, people, respect your fucking library books. This is your own tax money. Okay, that's so nasty. I really wanted to make a little bit more of a dent in this so I could watch the movie The Monkey, because The Monkey is the third story in this. I think it starts on like page 150. So we'll see what I'm gonna read. It is probably gonna be between these two right here, even though I would prefer Tress. But that's where we're at. I'm also considering what I'm gonna do for audiobook tomorrow. I'm torn between Thorns and Fire by Helen Scher, which is book 2 in the Ashes of Thesmar, or starting Burn for Me by Alana Andrews. I'm intrigued by both of them. So that's that. That's all I have. I will probably do one more update before I go to bed. I'm taking this clip out. It actually hurts my hair. My head, my hair is really thick, so if I put it up for too long in a clip, it starts to hurt my head. But I had to put it up so I could do laundry. Ooh, you know what? Let's do an unboxing because I don't feel like doing a reel. Look away if you are waiting on your Broken Binding sci-fi fantasy sub box. So this is a new Broken Binding subscription. This is my first box from the subscription. So I have 2 with the Broken Binding. I have the tier 2 fantasy, which is just book only. It doesn't come with any like trinkets or anything, which I'm pretty sure is the difference between the tier 1 and the tier 2. But they just came out with a new one that is currently every other month, but is going to turn into monthly in 2026. And it is a sci-fi fantasy. So this could be either or. If you are waiting on yours, don't look, okay? They package their shit so well. I follow someone on Instagram that does like ASMR and crunches this, and I actually hate it, so. Like, it just keeps going. They just like package so well. I save all this in case I'm gonna. Killing monsters. Okay, so this is the teaser that we have, and this paper is new. I'm saving this paper for my junk journal. I don't even want to. I'm gonna be nice about it. I'm excited. I feel like I haven't done an unboxing on here in quite some time. I'm just not purchasing as much as I was, trying to save my ducats and support my local libraries, plural. Holy shit! Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? It's a special edition of a Witcher book. I don't know which one. I don't care. I think this is the prequel that just came out. Stop. I don't usually get excited now about this shit. Oh my goodness. Oh my gourd. Oh my gourd. I cannot with these end papers. I'm gonna be sick. Yeah, this is worth $50 a month. Oh my goodness. Are you shitting me right now? Okay, well, I have to read this whole series, which was on my TBR, but definitely gonna have to now. Yeah, so I'm pretty Crossroad of Ravens. Yeah, I think this is the prequel that just came out. A Broken Binding, I'm gonna need you to come out with an entire set of this series. Thank you. Okay, well, that made my Monday. I can't stop staring at this. This is great. This is so good. I'm really happy with the subscription so far. First box in. So that was, oh look, it has a sticker. Don't forget my junk journal stuff. Okay, so I'm gonna put that up somewhere prominent on my shelves and immediately start looking for cool additions of the rest of the series. And I'll be back before bed with another update. Good morning. It is Wednesday. What day is it? October something or other. October 8th? Yep, I'm pretty sure. We're vlogging in the car because I don't give a shit. I don't give a shit about anything. In a mood this morning, so excuse me. Not in a bad mood, just in a mood, you know? But I just got my moons yesterday and I was exhausted last night after work. I just felt, you know, that first day period feeling where you just feel like you got hit by a truck. That was me yesterday. So I didn't update, but I did want to do a little update this morning before I head into work, and then I'll certainly probably update again this evening when I get home. But I did finish 2 books yesterday. So I listened to shoe fly, don't bother me. Whatevs. I listened to, it's gonna drive me nuts. Ow, you little bit. Got him. Ew. I listened to, so I did decide to start the Alana Andrews series. Hidden Legacy, I think is the name of the series. But I listened to the first book, which is Burn for Me, in its entirety while I was driving / at work yesterday, and I freaking loved this. So this series has been around for quite some time, but I've been seeing a resurgence of it. I just watched a video where Cassidy, which I will link her channel down below, one of my faves, she read the first one and then ended up DNFing the second one, which does make me wary, but I really enjoyed the first one. And of course, like, whenever you find a series that you want to binge, that's when the library is like, JK, you're gonna be on hold for 3 weeks. So I am waiting for books 2 and 3 to become available. But the mass market paperback covers are really fugly. Put some pictures up, and I have found the alternate covers, which are a little bit better, on Pango and eBay, but still trying to not spend money right now. I should get my first paycheck on Friday, and I can't wait to be a real girl again. But this book is starting off our world. This is a paranormal, urban fantasy, murder mystery, romance. It's got a little bit of everything in it. So if you like Crescent City, if you like House of Devils series, City of Gods and Monsters, this reminds me a lot of that kind of a setting, except a little bit even more realistic. So we are in modern day Houston, but in the 1890s there was a serum that was invented that gave people magical powers, and so those magical powers have now been like bred into lines, and there's houses which have the strongest power and the most money, and then there's like some, you know, just basically like civilian magic users. So we gotta have like a little bit of a class system within the magic users. And we open up with our main character, Nevada, who is running her family's struggling PI business, and it's recently been bought out by one of the houses that has money and power and status, and she gets forced into taking a job that she doesn't really want to take, finding this bad boy named Adam Pierce, who is basically just running around Houston causing mayhem, and he is a fire wielder. So he's just blowing shit up. He's burning stuff. And at the same time, this other really strong magic user named Mad Rogan, which that name is ridiculous. I wish they would start calling him Connor by his real name, but whatever. He is also tasked with finding the same bad boy named Adam by his cousin, whose son was the accomplice in the fire that Adam set that like started this whole conflict. And then it kind of goes from there. And then of course Nevada and Mad Rogan end up meeting and working together, and things happen. I thought this was really, really fun. I liked it. It's a little cheesy because it is an older series, but I love that like J.R. Ward paranormal, just like early 2000s type of paranormal writing, and it's got me in my feels. So I really liked it. I gave it 4 stars, 4.5. I ate it. I listened to it in one day, which I'm loving this energy for me. Like, I just don't get sick of listening to an audiobook at any point in time. I've missed it. I'm glad that I'm back on that bullshit. The other book that I finished is The Atlas of Unknowable Things. I did not like this one. So this book doesn't know what it wants to be. It's a mishmash of genres and plot lines and reveals that happen too late. The pacing was all off. The writing was not my favorite. And I was reading through the Goodreads reviews, and a lot of people had the same complaint that I did, which is just, it was nearly impossible to connect to these characters. They were all unlikable. There was just this layer between me and the motives and the emotions of our characters. So it's hard to, you know, get with a story that happens. I think I talked a little bit about what this was, but it's essentially following our main character, Robin, who takes this residency at this dark academia style college in the Rocky Mountains in Colorado to work on her dissertation regarding covens, witch covens and cults and things like that. And when she gets there, she is trying to figure out what happened to this missing woman from the campus named Isabel, because she thinks Isabel has a relic that she is looking for. And then we trudge through that storyline for 70% of the book. She finds these like little puzzles and clues and things to solve, just goes along with all the nonsense that is happening on this campus. And then 70% in, we have this wild reveal and the story completely turns around for the last 30%. That's an aggressive way to take the trash out. I don't know if you guys can hear that. There's a dumpster somewhere behind this building that's being emptied. But the last 30% is a completely different vibe than the first 70%. The first 70%, I don't want to spoil anything because this was an arc that I got off NetGalley, so I will be posting a review over there and on Goodreads so my rating doesn't suck. But I gave this 2 stars. I did not enjoy it. The writing was amateurish. The intro to the story and characters was jarring. We kind of just like pick up and start running with Robin, but not in a way that I ever feel like I really caught up with her, if that makes sense. So yeah, it was just trying to do way too many things. We're going from like we have dark academia, isolated school, mystery, puzzles, and then the reveal and the like true motivations of the characters. In the end, I was like, no. It felt like the season finale of Lost, if that helps any of you. There's the garbage guy. Loud motherfucker, aren't ya? I appreciate what you do, though. Okay, those are the reading updates. All I am currently reading is Skeleton Crew by Stephen King, which I did bring with me to work to see if I could make any headway in. And also Tress of the Emerald Sea, which I'm still about 42% into. So those are the current reads. I did also just start Thorns and Fire. Yeah, Thorns and Fire by Helen Scher, which is book 2 in the Ashes of Thesmar series. So I will definitely I'm 9% in. I will definitely make some good progress today on that, I think. And then I don't think I'll be able to listen to the whole thing today, but you never really know. I am getting dinner tonight. We're going to Korean barbecue with my husband and my sister-in-law's boyfriend because she's out of town visiting my father-in-law, and I'm very excited for that. And then my friend from pharmacy school is going to be here this weekend. She'll be here Friday, which I'm so excited about. We have a lot of fun things planned. I don't really know how much vlogging I will get done, but I'm pumped. So those are the updates. Happy Monday. Oh my God, it's Wednesday, you fucking idiot. It feels like a Monday though. I made a brown sugar cinnamon shaken espresso, but the thing says to do 2 teaspoons and I do 2 tablespoons. So that should tell you everything you need to know about me as a person. All right, I have to go into work now, 7:58. So I will see you guys this evening after I eat some Korean barbecue. Hello, it is over a week later. It's like a week and a half later, but I did want to come back and at least film some sort of an outro for this video. I don't really have that much more to add to what I've talked about, but the books that I finished. I didn't like some of them. I liked some of them. What are you gonna do? But I wanted to close out the vlog and say that the reason that I didn't update is because it's nothing crazy. But I went to Orlando for a few days with my best friend from New Hampshire, came down and met me with a group of her friends, and we did Epic Universe in Orlando. So it's the new park that they built, and we also got to do Haunted Horror Nights on Friday. So I drove. So it's a 7.5 hour drive from where I live north of Atlanta down to Orlando. I left on Wednesday and then I came back Saturday, and it's now Wednesday, October 29th, and I feel like I still haven't recovered. This was a week ago. I was in my car driving here. I think the last clip that I filmed was like the Tuesday before I left, but I just wanted to come back and say that I lived life. I haven't read a lot of books. Honestly, this wasn't like the longest or best reading vlog I've ever done, but trying to be less stringent on myself for what I'm putting up here and just film and talk about books and have fun and talk to you guys. So with that, thank you if you watched to the end of the video. If you did, leave me a star emoji because Super Mario World was my favorite in Epic Universe. And follow me on Instagram if you want to see some pictures at the Farm D Reads. Like and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I would love to get my love for books out to more ghouls and goblins like you. And with that, I will see you guys in the next video. Happy Halloween. Okay, bye.